Welcome back to the Journey So Far episode of the Emerging India series. Now, the small and medium enterprises run 95% of the country's industrial units and account for 70% of its employment. And the Emerging India initiative provided these entrepreneurs a much deserving platform to voice their views in the form of the Emerging India forums held across the country.
Mr. Tyagarajan, credit rating is good. We also got it done. But who will advise us? How do we correct our credit rating for next time? We went to the bank. Bank said that, yes, this is what we do. We went to DNB. He said, we'll come back to you. And they have not come back. Where do I understand as an engineer? How do I correct my credit rating? What is that exactly they are looking for? And how do I do it?
We don't give only the rating. We also give a report along with it. And one of the very many things that you will see there is that the strengths and weakness of the company and risk factors and areas needing improvement. So you will see a host of factors there, which if you work upon and improve, you will improve chances of getting a better rating next time around. I mean, actually, I would say that this is the most important part of and most important benefit of rating exercise.
My question is, like, there's a new sector which is emerging, that is engineering design services. How our industry is taking it is as an opportunity, and how are we planning to cater this market?
Industry has first tried to compete with China in low-cost manufacturing. But very soon, people realize that competing with China in low-cost manufacturing is not going to be easy. So why not compete with them from a position of strength? Which means, why not deliver an entire package? Instead of just focusing on manufacturing, why not do designing, tool making and manufacturing? So design services have received tremendous attention, and Pune is emerging really as a center of design services, because auto industry and software both are prevalent here.
So one of the big issues which we see with emerging companies, but a common theme which I believe is an issue today, is compared to the last decade of the success of the IT industry, which is more a very supply constrained sort of market, where you're really looking at just people to deliver. Today, globally, I think it's going to become a lot more demand constrained market, which means your ability to be laser sharp and focused in terms of what services you offer, how are you able to market it in global markets, and how do you really identify the right target segment, which means really a whole marketing mindset of identifying the right customers and positioning your product and services, I see is a common theme across many of these.
Entrepreneur is not knowing what exactly is the government policy. Because government doesn't go to the entrepreneur. Entrepreneur all the time go to the government and ask them, sir, what is your policy? And if there is any policy, is there anybody supporting you? I mean, if there is any policy, and how do an entrepreneur know that there is a policy? Secondly, if an entrepreneur goes and he says, sir, I want to know about this, you know how people behave and how, even if you in India, right now if you say you are a small entrepreneur, just to define yourself that you are an SSI, you know, it's a very, very hard exercise to do, that you have to get a license for SSI. I don't know about today, because when I went for SSI lessons, I think it was one thing was that running an industry, and one thing was to get the license for SSI.
Most of us over here, we are here in spite of the government policies, not because of them. You see, there are certain things which are beyond the control of the SMEs. The major issue being the infrastructure. We are talking about growth. We are talking about an era of globalization. What we need is an infrastructure. In this country, you need 65 to 70 days to get a container from anywhere in the world to Delhi. You need 45 days to export from anywhere in India to any European port. You need 15 days to get your air shipments out of this country. Today, I want to book a bloody flight for Europe. I can't get it for next 20 days, 30 days, 40 days. Now, with this era of globalization, where do we go? We don't need spoon feeding. We need to be just left alone, and please give us infrastructure. That's all we need.
Open dialogues on policy issues, technology, global markets, competitiveness and entrepreneurship defined and stoked the enlightening forums of Emerging India. There is a lot more we wish to showcase of this journey, but that's on the other side. Stay tuned.